Let's see. Can y'all see me now? Y'all hear me? Mic should be on. Sweet, sweet. Dude, I'm also very tempted to bust open a Kenner Action toy guide. That's what I was really thinking about doing. Because of what we were talking about on the thing before. You ever drew PandaCon? Yeah, dude, I actually did PandaCon for, this is like super random. I'll bust it out in a second. PandaCon, the guy that owns it will always message me, dude, always angry. This is you're the first crossover. Always angry. Big hello. Dude, known him my entire life. Went to grammar school with him, and he's OG Twitch stream. So I don't know if this is going to YouTube and stuff like that. I was trying to figure it out before I came on. And I'm trying to this is kind of for Always Angry, and then I'm going to get back to the PandaCon question. Like, I have all the stuff over there. Like, I'm still, like, figuring this out, kind of. Like, dude, I did a Whatnot randomly a couple weeks ago, and then thanks to the bulk of the people here right now, I had, like, a ton of orders, dude, and I had to, like, play some catch-up. I had stuff all over. Creepy tight, Pat. I had stuff all over the house, and it was just a friggin' mess, because it was almost like going to a convention, you know what I mean? Like, I'm digging through the house to find all kinds of stuff, and, yeah, it was a hot mess in here. So I finally got everything, cleaned up, and I'm like, okay, everything's pretty much out the door. There's 2 commissions left, and then we're kind of like, we're back at square one. But like, so for Always Angry, it was like, I don't know, dude, it was kind of like, I was trying to figure out, like, what's the balance of, like, the stream versus, like, what's the difference between Whatnot and what's the difference between Twitch? And, like, how do you play it? And, man, I came to a conclusion. I've spent, like, all week thinking about, like, marketing, and I've been trying different stuff on TikTok and on Facebook and stuff. I know JC Bald's seen me posting in a lot of groups and everything. So I'm trying to, like, figure out the algorithm and trying to figure out, like, different things. And I'm gonna throw y'all a curveball, dude. I say this to my girlfriend. Oh, damn, dude. We got everybody in here tonight. The 3D printing king, Kevin Walker, who can somehow handle PTE. Like, he can somehow sit around and smell that shit all day and be fine. On Twitch, you can have Nightbot linked to your Lattie Inc. store every so often, but it's better here because the link to... So that's what I'm saying, dude. Like... So here's my analogy, and it's kind of crude, but I'm assuming everybody's like kind of like adults in here and stuff like that. Dude, if you go out to the bar and you're trying to like pull a chick, dude, if you're like, can I get your number? Can you be my girlfriend? And you're all like stiff and fucking weird, like, dude, you got no chance, bro. But if you just like yourself and you just like roll with it, you might do a little bit better. Dude, it's so true, man. Like, I was explaining this to my old lady, and, like, of course she hated it, but I was just like, but it's true. And so, like, dude, I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna do the shit that I normally do on a stream. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I can't, like, the first time I was doing a Whatnot, like, I didn't understand. Tag It and Bag It was in here. I don't think anybody else was, but I'm just like, you know, I got kind of put on the spot, and I'm like holding up stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this is $20. I'm like, I went into full like, not myself stream mode. So I don't know, dude, it was weird. And I've been making a bunch of TikTok videos this week, and I think I was overdoing the sell on the TikTok videos. So I'm just gonna chill out and just I'm just gonna do stuff that I want to do. I have a quote on my wall back there that I printed out. It's Clint Eastwood. And it says something like, I just make the pictures. If people like them, great. If not, oh well. And I'm kind of gonna live in that, like, little bit of a bubble. Dude, I was just talking about you, Tagging and Bagging. Alright. So to go back to the beginning. Have I ever done PandaCon? So, inside kind of baseball, there's a guy Galestone Media. So what happens is a lot of these properties and stuff like that, they get scooped up by these, they're privately owned. Ninja Turtles is like a hot mess behind the scenes. Ghostbusters is kind of like, ironically enough, you would think Ghostbusters is more of a hot mess because there's literally two different Ghostbusters. But it seems like TMNT is more of a hot mess. And there's a lot of these characters, like PandaCon was owned by somebody else, obviously Usagi Yojimbo. Other random characters like Titus and those kind of characters are really like difficult and like strange to deal with. So there's weird licensing going on. And then Fred Wolf TMNT is not going to be the same as the 2012 TMNT. And like all the different incarnations, people have different hands and have different control over them. So PandaCon was a character similar to Usagi Yojimbo, and I can only assume that back in the 80s, 90s, whatever, they were looking for stuff that was Ninja Turtle adjacent, and PandaCon was one of those things. And so whoever owned it initially, it got sold to somebody else, this guy, Galestone Media. And he has a couple other properties and stuff. And I talk with him all the time. And we always talk about doing PandaCon stuff. But it just never goes through. And I'm not against it because I had a PandaCon figure growing up. I shared you some... Oh, dude, it was wrong, Kevin. Dude, yeah, man, yeah, nah. I was gonna message. I was actually gonna message you on. I was actually gonna message you on Facebook about that too, just because I was thinking about it. I joined like a lot of TMNT groups, and then I was gonna go back around and join a lot of GI Joe groups. I was thinking about you the other day, believe it or not. I was thinking about that. I was like, shit. I was like, I should message him and see what like the best GI Joe groups are. But back to the PandaCon thing. So yeah, there's this guy, and dude, I've talked to him a million times. Bruh, I'm telling you, dude, I'm also watching a lot of Gary V videos, okay? And who follows me on Twitter? Like, we're kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, like best friends, like whatever, however you want to describe it. Like we're kind of like we're like peers. Like, we're kind of like equals, but like, I'm kind of like best friends. So like, he follows me on Twitter, and I see a lot of like his videos. And dude, he's just talking about like pounding it out. And I think there's something to that, but then I was also looking at like Twitch videos and stuff like that today. Again, my girlfriend's really good at marketing. We like, my nickname for her is Texas Trash. And she's big into that. Like, so we were like looking at videos and like, why is this popular? Why is this popular? Why does this have like so many million views or whatever? And yeah, it just ends up being like a thing. So to PandaCon. Back to PandaCon. That was a character, so I keep messaging the guy, and he always asks me to do like a PandaCon cover, or it's always like, hey man, did you get a PandaCon NECA figure? And I'm like, nah, I sure didn't. I was like, you're more than welcome to send one over. But we just never, like, it just never goes through. So I have worked on PandaCon though for NECA. So that was something that behind the scenes, Always Angry is going to know this from like the Twitch stream and stuff like that. Behind the scenes, man, there's so much work that goes on and so many things that happen that nobody ever sees. And to NECA's credit, as much as I might have a slight gripe with them about the way it ended, they paid me, man. Like, they paid me really, really good. Like, really good. And so I really can't say anything on that end. And even for stuff that'll never see the light of day, they paid me good. I think a ton is naming and just hitting the right algorithm. Dude, I'm very hard-headed, and I just am. I was like that as a kid. Like, that was my dad would always yell at me about that and stuff. And so, like, it's just one of those things where I might have to hear something, Sherm would get on me about this. My former sidekick Sherm, who does his own like Twitch. I don't know. He sells like UFC cards now or so. I don't know what the dude. I don't know. When he posted that in Discord the other day, I was just like, what the fuck is this? I had to like shit on him, but but he would like tell me stuff, and then like a month later, I would be like, dude, I think we should do this, or I think we should do that, and he would be like, dude, I told you that like a week ago. And the same thing is happening with my girlfriend right now, Texas Trash. So she's telling me about stuff, and then like 3 days later, I'm like, dude, I think it would be a good idea if we did this, or maybe I should focus on thumbnails. And she was like, you literally don't listen, like you literally don't hear anything anybody's saying. And so I mess with them hard, bro. I just pretend like it was my idea and just claim credit for it. So like when it comes to your point about algorithm and stuff like that, it is, and then I'm looking at other people's videos. Like, dude, you can go into the analytics and you can look at like watch times. It's very fascinating if you get into it. And if you go on the back end of like your Facebook or your TikTok or any of these other things, and you can see how long people are looking at videos and stuff. And man, like on TikTok, dude, if you don't catch them in the first, you've got 1 second. You've got 1 second. And if you lose them right there, it's over, man. Yeah, I already have it in Excel. Yeah. Why, you want to see it? I'll send it to you. So, dude, so here's the other thing that you might find interesting. My reach is, I'm having dude, I'll send them to you on Facebook if you really want. I got my, what did we download today? I've got my, shit. I got all the TikTok data, and I got the Facebook like page data. Dude, if you're interested in looking at it, I would be glad to send it over. Because like what I'm saying is that, okay, hold up. Let me copy and paste. Because I didn't realize this, but you lose the chat. So if I don't save something from the chat, I'll lose it. I'm just gonna send it to her real quick, and I'll explain later. But the what was I saying? So like the reach is getting there, and then I'm factoring in like sales principles. This might be boring for y'all, but like, and then somehow I'm gonna work my way back to PandaCon in a second. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm reaching a lot of people because of the work I've done, and so I'm in a very unique spot. That's what I keep telling with Texas Trash, old TT. Like I'm a unique cocktail of things right now, and I think I can go mega viral. I just have to figure out. I need to figure out that algorithm. I need to clean up. Like I need to hit that intro line. TikTok 1 second, but you could go to like so many million people, right? Like you can hit so many million people off of that. But then like this algorithm is different. Like the whatnot algorithm I haven't figured out yet. And then Facebook, I'm just playing numbers game. Facebook, I'm just hitting hard. And I'm just rolling with that. So, alright. Brian's Comics. We already know about Cowabunga Down Under, which I do think I'm gonna make a print out of. Seriously. I'm dead serious. I'm thinking about making it, I'm thinking about doing a Crocodile Dundee parody poster where April is the chick, and like do it like that for the turtles that we never got to see. Anytime I meet comic people, I always share your comics and covers. Not sure if it converts, but dude, I appreciate it because I think that's the game. I think it's like word of mouth, and the way Gary Vee describes it is that you got to do organic. And then once you hit, I saw this in a video the other day. And then once you hit like a certain number, then you go into ads. Then you start pop $100, or I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna drop $1,000, but I'll drop $100 on ads or something like that. It's so it's not Leatherneck. It's that was just the whole theory behind it. Was like, what if the Turtles. The tail end, the last seasons of Ninja Turtles that like nobody probably watched, or if you're watching it on reruns, you might see it. There was like a whole worldwide arc where they went to like Paris and all these other kind of places. And so NECA was thinking about ways to... They really have done, I mean, every obscure character you can think of at NECA. Like, I feel like they've done almost everybody at this point. And so they were looking into doing, like, other things and other characters and stuff like that. Dude, Turtles in Time was kind of like that. I did a Turtles in Time... Look. I posted this on Facebook earlier, dude. Back to the Future Turtles in Time. I had fun with that one, dude. I'm gonna have to read this poster with all the Great Scott and all the bells and whistles I put on it. NECA sucks sometimes, yeah, if you want to like move the figure. But I mean, if you get it into a pose and it doesn't break, I think their stuff's gorgeous. So the guy over there, talked to him on the phone a couple times. We had like a big weird falling out at the end over the Donatello's lab. I told y'all about that. Like, I think it was just a difference of ideology. Dude, look, man, like, you're the one paying the bills. Like, I have my mind on what I think Turtles should be and how it should be handled, and I kind of wanted to do like a haunted night. You know what I mean? I wanted to do, y'all ever watch Erie, Indiana? Or like some of those shows? I wanted it to be like that vibe of like, it's a rainy night and like Donatello's tinkering in his lab, you know what I mean? And Metalhead comes in and brings him a pizza, but it's from Weird Pizza, and it's basically like almost like Gremlins. And all these pizza monsters start popping up all over the place, and it turns into like a monster movie. So that was kind of like what I wanted from it. And it just never, we never got there. So I thought that would have been super fun if this ever opens up. So it's done. I might turn this one into a print. And so, yeah, I wanted it to be like it came from Donatello's lab. Like this spooky kind of like vibe. It's monster, scary vibe or whatever. And he didn't want to do that and just went like a different kind of like... Yeah, I agree. I wish Nickelodeon and all these companies would have let me play around a little bit more. But I think in his mind, he wants everything to be very goofy turtle, very VHS box. And I wanted to go a little more... I don't know, man. I guess like a little more like adventure or a little more... I don't know. I wanted it to be like bigger scale than just like... So if you go look at the box art, it's more like... you can maybe get like 10 or 25 high quality prints of some art and sell them as signed number editions. What I'm thinking about is going and doing comics. I'm thinking about taking Time Kids and doing some parody covers and limiting like how many I'm gonna do. Like I'm like 100. I already got, dude. I'll show y'all. Y'all want to see? I'm just gonna pop it up on the screen in OBS. Matt Cardona showed your stuff in one of his YouTube. No way, dude. Oh my God, what did he show? I'm in touch with I'm like a person away from Cardona. My buddy is when did you see this, dude? I sent you the when? This fucking dude. I need to get a poster of the first Tmnt Saturday Morning Adventures, but that they are available. Check your text, Unk. They come on cell phones. I don't understand that. Dude, I'm like super boomer, bro. Like, I got like a jitterbug. So, like, when I send you a text back, I have to press the button like 3 times. It's just I'm old. You don't understand yet because you're a Zoomer. Like, I'm older. I got reading glasses. Like, it's just all downhill from here. The van in the lair. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Nah, send me that, man. I'll share it and tag them. No, my boy's tight with Cardona, and we've talked about doing, so he did like a Ghostbusters thing, and we were kind of going back and forth about me doing like some of the Ghostbusters. Fuck, it's on my phone? Like, how long ago was this? Is it gonna be like a decade ago? A few days. Okay, so it was recent. Okay. Ah, shit. I'm gonna message him then. Yeah, dude. Like he Anyway, we were trying to talk about doing like some Ghostbusters stuff, like when he was doing that or whatever. And dude, I actually had a pitch. It's on here. I'll show y'all in a second. But I was even gonna do a Matt Cardona Karrion Kross like mashup poster. And what, you know, same old story. Once work kicks in, I don't have time for it. But I'm thinking about doing like this is my game plan. Hold up, I gotta make it smaller. So this is a preview of what's coming next on social media. So this is like, there was a vintage ad back in the day. Let me see if I can get it behind me. Hold up. It's somewhere in the layer order on OBS. Hold up, let me get it behind the webcam. Alright. So back in the day, they had these like Ninja Turtle ads. And they were awesome. Like all the old comic book ads were like awesome and stuff like that. Is he a big Hogan fan? I know he had like dude, he's got a crazy collection of like so my buddy down here, Omega Toys, is like, he's pretty tight with him. He's dude, they're tight with Slaughter. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know this, dude. Sergeant Slaughter follows me on Twitter too. How fucking crazy is that? I looked at it the other day. Honestly, if I'm being super serious with y'all, I looked at it the other day because I wanted to see if Gary V was still following me, and then I saw like Sergeant Slaughter was. I was like, man, that's crazy. I was like, I gotta get on Twitter more. But dude, back in the day, comic books had all these like wonderful ads. They had these great ads and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna take Time Kids, and my game plan is to use it to, I want to start funding my own projects. And I'm doing enough, like, with commissions and stuff over the last few weeks that, like, you know, I can stay afloat for a second, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to take any more work, if I'm being honest with y'all. I don't want to do any more Mattel. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I want to start working on the stuff I've been talking about for 3 years. Because that's the only way I'm going to end up getting a farm or something. Slaughter loves who. Did you hear that from me, or you heard it like through the grapevine? But yeah, so this is going to be like my whole campaign, is that I want to do the Time Kids NES cover. I want to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Time Kids, but I want to do them as NES. And then I also want to do, I'm going to have the cartridges that go with them. I already ordered the stickers. They're going to be here June 3rd. And so I'm going to do like a package deal where you get the NES cover, a fold-out poster. I want to do a fold-out. I want to do I'm looking it up. I want to get it in a 4 to 8. So when you fold it 4 to 8 times, I want it to be a fold-out poster. One that helps me with shipping. Like those are tougher for me to ship. Those 11 by 17s or 12 by 19s. So I want it to have that vintage vibe, and I want it to be in a and I want it to come as like a little package deal. So you get the NES of the Time Kids game, you get a double-sided fold-out poster with the Time Kids video game on it and that advertisement. So it'll be like kind of one of those like you would get it at the comic shop back in the day. I want to sell nostalgia. I want to do like fun things, and then you will get a new copy of Time Kids #1, limited to like 100. I'm not going to do many, and then I'm done. And then I think I'm going to do issue 2, and it'll be the Turtles 2 cover, and we'll do something in that same like vein, similar ballpark. So I'm leaning towards doing something like that. Cardona's a big Hogan fan. Watch the clip I sent you for frick's sake. I will. I can't believe he's sharing it now. Does he say my name? Cardona's a big Hogan fan. He doesn't know who I am, but he knows me like adjacently. I still fucking remember TMNT NES ads. Dude, they were awesome. That's what I'm saying. Like, those are just, you don't see this marketing anymore. Like, it's just fun. And so, like, me personally, I almost want the advertisement like that as much as I want the ad of the poster. So the flip side of this will be the poster, and dude, put it on your bedroom door, put it in the garage, put it in the office, dude. I want it to have the creases in it. I want it to have that feeling and that vibe. Like that's so here's another one. I appreciate it because I think it's going to have to be organic. So the game plan is to like build it all up and then get to probably Candlestick Club. Probably do a Candlestick Club, possibly a Kickstarter or something. Is Time Kids the only original comic that you have in the works, or not at all? Not at all. I have something called the Candlestick Club that I've been working on. Have the story, have all that. And so that's where I want to go next, but I have to have the runway to do it, right? So if I'm taking projects from companies, which again, those are getting fewer and far between because there's not as how many people can draw a Ninja Turtle book? How many people can draw? Like it's phenomenal I was able to get as much work as I did. Like it's crazy, honestly. But I gotta have that runway to do it. So the game plan is let's take and rework some of these Time Kids books for people that have never seen it. Let's put out new content and new stuff like that for that. I want to do a Back to the Future one too. I'm thinking about doing the alien in the DeLorean. Sun's out, guns out, boys. In the DeLorean. And I'm thinking about doing that as like a possible cover and just doing short runs, man. Short runs. So like you were saying, like 5, like 100, something like that. Maybe even leave a spot where you number them, do a little quick remark, whatever. That's kind of the game plan. So no, I have another one coming. It's called Candlestick Club. I love it. I'm interested in it. And I know the story. I'm just trying to build up. I'm trying to build up more of an audience and more of and that's why I'm also spending this time figuring out the analytics on all these websites. All right. Here's some analytics for you that you might find interesting. I'm also noticing that different content is going to hit differently on, I mean, maybe it's not that fascinating, but on different platforms. So TikTok, you got to be a little bit more organic. Facebook and stuff like that, you can be silly because people are on there to like buy things. They're a little more like open to it. TikTok, you kind of got to give it a little. You got to handle it a little bit different. I'm selling a lot more on Facebook than anything. I'll just get a Facebook message and I'm kind of doing stuff off of there. And then there's like a number. Do you know this? You probably do. But there's also like a number rate where your conversion rate it should be like at like 0.05% is like a standard conversion rate. You want to get up to like 1, 2, 3. Dude, that's what I'm leaning towards. That's why I'm posting so much in all the groups and stuff like that. Is I'm trying to figure out, and it's cool because like, so for something like Tmnt, you're reaching like so many more people like worldwide. Like TMNT audience wise is just crazy, man. It's all over the place. So I'm in like TMNT Pinoy, TMNT Indonesia, TMNT Australia, and a lot of these guys are starting to message me and start like saying, you know, like, dude, they wanted me to go down to Australia. They were trying to set me up on an Australia convention, and I'm like, brother, like, I barely go down the fucking street. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't getting me in Australia. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could, but you're gonna have to. It's gonna cost you to get me like on that trip. But like, so like, dude, it's how long? You know, Turtle Heroes MA. What is that? M8? Like, what is that, mate? Brian. So like, dude, like, I had multiple interactions. What was it? It was I think it was Masters of the Universe France, but the Motu crowd is I'm getting a lot of like feed. They're shitting on me. Like that is a fascinating That's been fascinating. Like, the Motu hate and the complaining from American Motu fans has been really interesting. And I'm really enjoying it. And so anytime somebody puts, like, a negative comment on, like, a video, I just respond with a link to an autographed, like, She-Ra figure or something like that. And I always do, like, wow emoji. Like, that's my way to be, like, a dick. This should be, we deserve better as Motu fans. And then I'll just, crazy. And then Tmnt crowd is, like, totally different. Like, that's really interesting to, like, watch, is that whole thing. And the American Motu fan base is gobbling up are they? I won't be gobbling it up. I don't believe that. I don't count any of that until next weekend. That's all the people that got paid to go see it. Dude, they're way more laid back. It's or maybe it's just like, dude, you just might be in your crew. Like, it looks like, dude, if Mark Rhodes is saying it looks like shit, it looks like shit. I think that movie's gonna bomb. No, it was, I don't know what they want, and then I don't think the Motu was colored well. I don't think Motu, like, whatever they were doing at Mattel was not doing me any favors. So when you see me sharing Motu stuff, I'm getting it recolored because I put a lot of work and a lot of effort into the Motu stuff, and, man, I really think they did me a disservice with the coloring. And, I'm just, like, testing the waters with, like, sharing it, and, I just feel like it looks night and day. I feel like it looks night and day when you have different colors on it. A good colorist in comic books or anything, but a lot of times in comic books it's a collaborative process when you're trying to get stuff out on time. When you're trying to get a comic book out, when I do the NECA stuff, when I do, like, that turtle cover that's over there or whatever, the poster, those things I'm coloring those myself. But when you're putting out a monthly comic book, other people are going to come in and color it. And you can have, like, a good colorist that just, like, knocks it out the park. You can have a great colorist like Luis Delgado and his brother, who they're so good you don't even, like, know they're there. They're so good, like, they just make your stuff look great. And then a bad colorist can, like, destroy your work. And I just feel like on He-Man, I don't know what they're doing over there. And I know the work is good. I feel it's good. And yeah, man, it's just so I'm recoloring those. So I'm in so many groups too, and everyone's so chill and helpful. Yeah, the Tmnt crowd is totally different. It just is. I ran into a woman yesterday. She was a grandma, and I had to ask my mom. I was like, dude, is this one of your friends? And it was just an old school Turtle fan, and she knew Levine and Jim Lawson and them, so she must be up north. And dude, she was great, dude. We talked a bunch on Facebook, and we're cutting up, and dude, it was just cool. And I will say this about the He-Man fans and stuff. It seems like it's the ones from it seems like out of country He-Man fans are a totally different vibe. Dude, Mexican He-Man fans and south of the border, they're loving my stuff. They're like so complimentary and so awesome. And so it's man, it's just it's interesting. And so I'm adding all this into the analytics stuff as well. Like, I'm really, man, I would tell y'all all the time that I would go sit at, like, Barnes & Nobles or something like that and just look and see who's coming. I would do the Barnes & Nobles here in Metairie. I sit at either, I try to get these two tables in the back, and I'm sitting right next to the comic book and the manga section, and, like, young adult, and, like, YA is, like, right next to me. So I can see who's coming in. And, man, I'm telling you, dude, to a T, it's gonna be like tween girls. That if you go to a Barnes and Nobles, bro, if I was a younger guy right now and I was looking for a girlfriend, I'd be hanging out at Barnes and Nobles, straight up. Because it's all like quality book reading chicks. And those are the ones that come in and buy that kind of stuff. And they're the ones that are buying the manga. And they have to be buying a lot of it because that manga section is outweighing the comic book section. And I feel like the comic book fans are coming over here to Whatnot in places like that. They're working all week. They want to buy their figures. They want to buy like what because I am them. Like they want to get their like whatever. Dude, honestly, tonight I was gonna draw Dial Tone Donatello from the new toys that were coming out, the G.I. Joe Turtle crossover. I was like, okay, if nobody shows up, I'll fiddle around with that. So they're all coming in there, and I think that they are the TikTok. I know they are. They're the TikTok crowd. The funny thing is that the people that, a lot of the times, the people that read my stuff are those people. But they are also craving nostalgia. That's what's getting interesting. And I don't know, dude, Muka, Rami, I don't know if you're going to agree with this as well. They are the ones that are... I'm seeing a lot more TikToks about 20-something-year-olds that are craving... Dude, motherfucker, you are that person. You literally are that person. Every time I bring up something, you're like, oh, dude, I love this stuff. Or, man, that's my favorite. Or this is whatever. Like, dude, you're not going to know this because you're a Zoomer, but you are like Mel Gibson in Forever Young. Like you were in Lebanon or whatever, you got frozen in a cryogenic thing in the 80s, and now you woke up and you're in shitty 2026, and you're craving back like for a different time. You're craving for like all this other kind of stuff. And I'm seeing more and more of those like, dude, think about what synthwave is. I have synthwave on right now. Synthwave is it's like what you think 80s music was, or what you think 80s music is. So like there's a thing going on. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm fucking telling you, dude. So there's a thing going on. And so I'm caught between these two worlds. We are old. We are my boy right here. He's my boy. Even though I give him a lot of shit. If I give you a lot of shit, you're my boy. But he's like, what, dude, Rami, what are you? 22? 20? I mean, fuck, what are you? You're under 25, huh? And like, but like, so I am, like, I'm caught between, like, creatively or whatever, or just like in my interests and stuff like that. It's like I'm making like nostalgic content, and like, I like all that kind of like fun, vintage kind of vibe. But then, like, the concepts are very palpable for that manga reading, Barnes and Nobles. Dude, y'all know who I'm talking about. It's the girls in the dark hoodie with an anime character on them. Like, where are they at? Like, and then I think they're on TikTok. And I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure this out. It's really interesting. It's really fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Why? What's on your desk at the studio? It's like you sent me the picture the other day with the poster on the wall. Maybe also because the Turtles' personalities make it easier for a wide range of fans because we all have a turtle that remind. Let me get a sip of water. No, but dude, I'm not gonna say. I'll message you this like later or whatever. But like, dude, I can see it with my own friends. If Always Angry still floating in here, Corey S, who we grew up with, like, I'll be talking with him, and dude, he's like such a boomer, and he like clearly like he has like no clue like what like. I'll be like, how are you like? I was like, how are you sending me this from like 2 months ago? And it's like he's seen it for the first time. It's crazy to me. Maybe also because so. The Ninja Turtles are a Rorschach test. They are It's like holding up the Rorschach test and the therapist is there or whatever. Who your favorite turtle is like kind of like who you, maybe not who your personality is, but like who you want to be or who you identify with. Because I know people that'll pick Leonardo and they're not Leonardo. You know what I mean? Like that's another funny one is that like I would have that on there because it's a cell. I would have that on like my Hinge and like my Bumble and stuff like that on my dating apps that like I worked on Ninja Turtles. And so a lot of times, especially on Bumble where the girl has to goes first, bruh, I could not tell you how many times that would be the opening line is like, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Or something like that. And this is what I found out. That's when I started to realize that it is like a Rorschach test, and who you pick is kind of either who you really are or who you want to be. And then another fun one, and I don't know why this is, maybe because he has a giant stick, but women always pick Donatello. 99% of the time. Go test this in real life. Go test this. Ask a girl who her favorite Ninja Turtle is, and she's gonna pick Donatello. 90% of the time. Guarantee it. It's the weirdest thing in the world. And I don't, like, it's another one that's super, super fascinating. Like, I always go Raphael. Like, that's who I'm going with. Dude, appreciate the show share, buddy. We need all those. We need to get some sales. My goal was to get Five Guys later. I'm eating Five Guys 2 nights in a row, dude. I'm a PIG pig. I gotta go with the big. I don't know, dude. I'm not even trying to be like funny right now and stuff like that. But there is something to boys and like a sword or a lightsaber. That is your like manhood and stuff like that. So like there's like psychology about this I've seen in like, you know, whatever. Maybe it's pseudo psychology, but there is something to it, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and girls. So there are play patterns. The guy that used to do the Motu line, Scott Knightlick, he had a great YouTube channel, and he would break a lot of this stuff down. And his wife is like a psychiatrist, and there are like certain play patterns between boys and girls. And so girls are, think about like what they're going to be more inclined to like go and mess with. They like a Polly Pocket. They like Barbies or doll houses. And the dollhouse is always open. It's always inviting. They have tea parties. Like we're talking about just like, you know, whatever. And so they want to like bring people in. They want to be more social and stuff like that. So that is like the average. Obviously it's going to change or whatever, you know, not everything's the same, but for the most part you can see their play pattern and what they like. And for a boy, they want to defend the castle. And so that's like their play pattern. That's why you're always building forts with your toys. It's always a battle. You're always like, there's always something going on with that. So that is my theory. My theory is the big stick. I always like Leonardo as a leader with swords, okay? And Raph is the best, a badass, and kick the shit out of Leo. Dude, that's one of my favorite scenes in Ninja Turtles, is when he takes out Leo. When he does that whole thing. Dude, Tmnt 07, it might be like my favorite movie besides the original. And, dude, when they fight and like he starts crying and goes nuts, I love it. I think it's amazing. So, that is that's kind of the basics of it. That's kind of my mindset, and that's what I'm kind of digging around and playing around with and stuff like that. And I think that I need to figure out how to like convert views or whatever. And then the goal would just be get enough that like I can just start putting out my own content and just like, you know, roll off of that. Dude, just like you're doing with the tattoos and stuff like that. You're a business owner. Like that's how that works. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's it is tricky, but I will do those Nintendo games and stuff like that. Y'all have any other questions? Y'all want to see any other Finally got a break from work. Just want to say what's up real quick. Yours is coming. I'm gonna turn that into a poster or something like that. Tag it and bag it. You were the first, and then that's like the last commission to knock out. I have one more. I have a Ghostbuster Ninja Turtle. I'm gonna work on that one. Probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow. I'll do the Ghostbusters Ninja Turtle. And somebody bought a page from me. Somebody bought a comic book page from me. And whenever I do anything, I try to like add in a little bit of extra on the back end. So I want to do something nice for her. I want to send her something with the comic book page she bought. And so I'll probably do all that this weekend. And then your post, your Toxic Crusaders mashup, motherfucker. I never do this. I never break. Okay, always angry. Time out. And Texas Trash is like cracking up because all I talk about is Ecto Glow. I talk about 3 things, dude. I talk about fucking chickens. I talk about like algorithms and like shit I want to draw and stuff like that. And I talk about Ecto Glow. Like it's literally shut the fuck up, dude. Oh my god. No, oh, never mind. I read it wrong. I'm sorry. I hate Chowder. Hating Chowder is literally my favorite thing. I was about to... Time out, dude, because not everybody... I'm not really mad at Muka, Rami. I was about to go off on him about either Chowder or something else. I'm not being serious. My girlfriend says I'm mean, so I want to be clear. Like, I'm not. Like, I'm playing with him. I like him. Well, dude, I don't want to, like, go off and, like, as people are coming into the room and I'm just like, I'm just, like, going crazy on this kid. Dude, I have a TikTok video that's going crazy right now and it's me yelling at Travis on the stream. But then I was, like, angry because Travis was like, go draw. Go draw. And I'm like, nobody gives a fuck about if I'm drawing or not. And I just go off. And for whatever reason, that TikTok video is doing great. Hold up. We were talking about serious things here, and I do have questions. How often do you put up original pages on your site? I keep eyeing them. Dude, what are you looking for? And, so, Chris Cave, and I saw you following and liking stuff. Dude, if you want, send me a message on Facebook, because I sold a page this week, and it wasn't stuff that was on the website. So, if you want to go that route and like you're serious about it, please message me on Facebook, and we can like, see what's up, because the page that I sold this week wasn't on the website, and I need to add more up there. But yeah, if there's a specific one you're looking for, let me know, like for real. Okay, I'll send you a message. Appreciate it, for real. Yeah, dude, so that dude, it literally happened this week, and it ended up being something I had in a box, and so to answer your question, I guess I should do more. The debate I always have is, should I be putting them on eBay? It's reach. So to answer your question, it really goes with the whole theme of everything we've been talking about. It's reach. How many people are going to my website to see the pages versus eBay versus... Now I'm even thinking about like Whatnot. Is it better to put them up on Whatnot? But there's a way that I can send stuff from my website to Whatnot. So I'll probably be adding more pages and stuff like that. But any kind of sale like that, anybody that's like legitimately interested, dude, you can just message me on Facebook. Because that's a whole different... You're talking about hundreds, maybe even more, maybe even into the thousands. Like, that's a conversation you can actually, like, really have. That's not buying a $20 book. That might be something you want to go back and forth a little bit. Yeah, and I do hate Chowder. I hate anything made... When was your birthday? I was just curious. What year were you born? Muka? Rami? Why is everything you do fire? Bruh. Hold up. So I am considering going back and taking Ghostbusters stuff that I've done and ecto glowing it. I am so up ecto glow's ass. It's crazy right now. I am gonna break the fourth wall. I'm gonna fuck up the camera, dude. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. What the fuck is ecto glow? Creepy pat tat. Come on, man. I'm about to show you what ecto glow is. And dude, always angry. Did I post it? I think I posted it in the group. My birthday is a week. Dude, I don't give a shit when it, like, what year was it? My birthday is like in a week and a half. Tombot Toys, what's up, dude? What's up? 2000. So I hate anything that was ever made past 1999. I can't stand it. I want nothing to do with it. That includes people. So yeah, that is my cutoff. Well, except Tag It and Bag It. Tag It and Bag It. Wait, hold up. Tag It and Bag It, there's no way you're from 2000. But anything made after 2000, oh no way, I never knew. Got my book and t-shirt. Sweet, dude. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. And hopefully everything came in good and everything came in straight. Dude, that's what I'm telling you, bro. I got that Zoomer crowd, man. I got that Zoomer crowd. 80s. I had a feeling. Like, you're not going to like Toxic Crusaders or something like that. Sweet, dude. I got to go check. Sweet. I'm going to share it. I'm going to go look it up and share it. Did you tag me? Because I didn't get an alert. But, dude, again, I've been on a crazy, like, social media. Y'all want to see it? I'm like semi-embarrassed. Because Brian's sending me... Look, bro. I don't know if he's in here right now, Brian's Comics, but he'll be sending me stuff. JC sent me pictures. And, like, I get Donatello bow stick envy. Like, if you send me pictures of, like, your collection or something like that, and, like, mine is... Dude, it's like the scene in American Psycho. Like, Brian's Comics is sending me, like, he's sending me, like, his NECA Turtles and, like, his toy room and stuff like that. And I turn into Patrick Bateman, and I'm just, like, sweating my skin mask off, and I'm, like, shaking, and, like, I'm in a panic because his NECA collection is better than mine. Like, it just and then I'm, like, trying to, like, one-up him, but I really can't. Back in my day, Matt Cardona, like... Like, Brian's comic shows me his NECA collection, and, like, I'm just on the verge of panic, like, as I'm reading it on Facebook. Like, I'm holding my phone, and I just, like, drop it because I can't handle it. And I'm like, let's see Paul Allen's NECA Turtle collection. But, that said, I do have a solid Ecto-Glow collection going on. My TMNT shelf is not in, like, prime shape right now, so I kind of want to show it to y'all, but, like, I don't. My TMNT collection, though, on the other hand, like, my vintage TMNT is pretty solid. Pretty quality TMNT collection. And then because of, like, you know, what I do, I have, like, a solid, you know, like, dude, stuff like that Jay and Silent Bob shit, you're not getting that anywhere. So I do have, like, one-for-one kind of stuff floating around. But nah, dude, I haven't seen his whole collection. I've seen, like, some pictures. My boy would, dude, the guy, dude, that's getting the Ghostbuster Ninja Turtle sketch cover. Dude, he had a really sick collection. And we were kind of going back and forth because I was, like, trying to figure out how, I'm fast, I like how, I want to see how things scale and stuff like that. I just feel like my turtle stuff is, like, not cool right now. Hold up. Hold up. Dude, I don't give a fuck about most things, but, like, I get really sensitive about, like, my collection and, like, stuff like that. Like, I'm really, like, I am not a shy person, and I get very shy about that. I'm like, should I show them? Like, are they gonna think less of me? Hold up, let me fuck with this webcam. It's constant. I think I'm buying another one. Because it constantly gets out of focus. Alright. A little bit better. So, what the fuck is Ecto Glow? at the tail end of Ghostbusters, they were just reusing them molds, all right? And one of the things they did was they came out with these things called Ecto Glow, which are just all like glow in the dark. I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. I bet you it's not. I bet you it's not, kiddo. Back in my day, Matt Cardona with Zack Ryder would say woo, 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 you know, and it won his first U.S. championship. Back in your day, dude, what were you, 5 years old? Dude, you are Mel Gibson and Forever Young. Dude, born in fucking 2000 and you're talking about Zack Ryder. What were you? You were probably you still getting fucking baby bananas and spoon-fed and stuff like that. You're probably still eating Gerber when Zack Ryder was woo-woo-wooing. All right, let's stay on topic. Let's talk about Ecto Glow. Fucking Mooka and the fucking baby peas, baby bananas, but he was... No, I know all about fucking Zack Ryder. Unk, I was like 11. Okay, that's fair. Timeline-wise, it's possible that could be happening. Maybe it could have happened. All right, stay on topic. All right, so Ecto Glow, they're just reusing those molds back in the day, and they came out with this line of glow-in-the-dark action figures, and dude, they're fucking awesome. They were probably really cheesy at the time, but they became legendary because nobody had them, nobody bought them, and they're like super rare. But last year, dude, I'll trust me, it's never gonna stop with him. And so now last year at San Diego Comic-Con, they came back out with the Ecto Glow figures, and then they actually came back out with a Ecto Glow Ecto 1, and mine just came in the mail this week, and so I got all my Ecto Glow set up. It's in front of my childhood firehouse, in front of my childhood figures, but like I had a way better Super 7 did that with a TMNT set. They did, but it wasn't... Ecto Glow is like... It's just a little different. I don't know, man. So now they're coming out with a Louis Tully Ecto Glow. I'm waiting next week. They're going to release a lot of Ecto Glow next week. And I've already, like... There's certain things I'm going to commit to and I'm just never walking away from. So, like, retro action Star Wars 3 3/4 figures or whatever, like, the retro action stuff. Like, the Acolyte, I've never even seen that show. I'm probably never going to watch it. I will get every retro action. Like, if it's in this scale, I'm getting it. I don't care. Not the Super 7 stuff, but, like, any kind of stuff like that. And, dude, like, Lex Luthor with the bald head underneath, incredible. Like, phenomenal. That top-notch. Spin Master's killing it. That said, that show sucked. Dude, I'm sure it was garbage, but, like, I don't even want to see it because, like, that doesn't ruin the figures for me. You know what I mean? Dude, when I was in New York Comic Con, this is, man, 8 years ago, who knows? They had the Golden Girls figures like that, and me and my girl Katrina, Katrina and Michael DeChester did so much stuff with my book, Time Kids. We were trying to get those retro action Golden Girls figures, but it was just like a hot mess. Like, you had to wait in line here, you had to get like a coupon to go to the Funko booth, and like we had a table at Comic-Con, so we just couldn't spend all day hunting down fucking Golden Girls. And I would have liked to, and I would like the Golden Girls figures at some point. Super 7, I got the Tony Montana one. No way, dude. I would love to get a Tony Montana. I'm going to look that up tonight. If it's in, like, ballpark, like, not, like, scalper range, I'm all over it. Because I've got that, like, it's right here. There's another one of those things. I have a Kenner Death Star playset down here. And, it's just missing some stuff. I need to get new panels for it. I need to get a trash compactor off of eBay. So, like, it's missing something. I might put new stickers on it. And, when I do that, I would like to have, like, random reaction figures in there. Like, so I would like to have, like, a Tony Montana. I'll trade you for it, dude, if you want to do a trade-off. Did you open it? Like, dude, Scarface is, like, for real one of my favorite movies. Like, I love fucking Scarface. Dude, back in the day before you were born, there was a Scarface box set that you could get, and it came with, like, the money clip and everything, and I told y'all about that. I got in the other room. Bro, if you're a true Scarface fan, like, you got the box set back in the day. Like the leather-bound box set, the faux leather with the money clip and all that. It should have came with a little fucking 8-ball of Coke. That said, the show sucked. Shadows of Maul was the shit. No, it's not open. I just have to make sure the bubble did. Dude, I'm opening it. So, like, dude, let's look at, dude, I'll trade you. Like, dude, let's do a trade-up or something like that. I'll trade you. I'll trade you for the Tony Montana. Like, I don't know. Whatever you want. So, yeah. So I have that, dude, I was talking about your comics collection, Brian's comics. So yeah, dude, so I like kind of like putting them in those kind of places and whatever. So, back to that, stay on topic, back to Ectoglow. Dude, I had like this crazy 3D printed setup. There's a guy on, not Etsy, on Patreon called Ghostbusters Gear. And he makes all kinds of 3D printable Ghostbusters stuff. And, dude, he did all kinds of crazy shit. Like, he did the, God, what is it called? It was the same time as the Ectoglow figures were coming out. It was, I can't believe I can't think of the name of it right now. Egon's Lab? Y'all know this from the stream. I 3D printed it out. It's crazy, dude. So he does all kinds of, like, awesome add-ons. These are Ectoglow figures. Stuff like that. Let's blow it up. Where's my pen? Where's my stylus? The Ghostbusters Wiki. I have a Ghostbusters Wiki. Y'all want to see... Dude, y'all want to see cool shit? Oh, come on. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Dude, you ain't nothing. You ain't shit. Get this ad out of here. Dude, fuck you, Unbuckled. Get the fuck out of here. Risk it or ticket. I tell you what, I'm not buckled in that fucking photo right there in that DeLorean. Risk it or ticket. I didn't buckle up that day, buddy. I didn't buckle up that day. Talk about fucking King of Cool, dude. Ghostbusters Wiki. And I didn't even set this up, bro. Like, I found this one day Googling something. And I'm in a DeLorean. I'm up in, dude, I'm up in New Jersey. And I'm with my buddy before New York Comic Con. And he had a DeLorean. And I had just gotten off the plane. And he was just like, man, he was like, he was showing it to me. I'm like, damn, man. I was like, that's so awesome. And he was like, dude, he was like, you ever driven one? And I was like, no. And he was like, you want to do it? And I'm like, fucking right. Hell yeah, I want to go drive a DeLorean around. But I'm from the flat plains of Louisiana where we don't have hills and mountains. And we're up in New Jersey. I had just gotten off a plane. I had anti-anxiety medicine because I don't like flying. So I'm a little loopy. And then this dude is like handing me a no power steering DeLorean. I don't want it. The dude, he's my friend. He's a good friend of mine, but he also paid a lot of money for me to go to New York Comic Con. The last thing I want to do is wreck his vintage car. And so, dude, I'm driving, man, and I wanted to so bad. I wanted to hit 88. I wanted to do it. But like, I'm in hilly New Jersey, and I just couldn't, dude. I'm grandma driving. I'm grandma driving, man. I'm two hands on the wheel. I probably did. I talked a lot of shit about risk it or ticket or whatever, dude. You know what I mean? I probably did wear my seatbelt. It was probably only the seatbelt you wear on the bottom. Fuck that. I didn't wear no seatbelt. Not in a DeLorean. It's almost impossible to hit 88 in a DeLorean. Dude, it was tough driving. And I'm not in an area I know. So, like, it just wasn't... It wasn't... If you put me on a street out here and you put me in a DeLorean... You put me on interstate somewhere. You put me on the fucking Autobahn in Germany or something. I'm going, and it's my DeLorean. I'm going for it. Again, you probably only get in the belt that goes across the bottom. You don't remember those, do you, 20-year-old? You don't remember those, do you, 2000 Rami, huh? Back in the day, back in my day, if you wore a seatbelt, it wasn't even like a thing in the 80s. It might just be across your waist. Like, you didn't have all this shit. That was like a new thing. That was like wearing a helmet when you rode your bicycle or something like that. When you had to wear the strap across, that was like that kind of shit. DeLorean and Scarface have a lot in common. They do have a lot in common. They do have a lot in common. So that is a life goal. Like, that is a life goal. And they're in because my beautiful girlfriend, she gave me shit today about, sent me this the other day. I'll throw this one out there for y'all. Fun fact. Those of you, we know Rami doesn't have a girlfriend, and probably never will. But those of you that have a wife or a girlfriend, when you speak about them publicly, do you like use like adjectives like my beautiful girlfriend or my lovely wife or, you know, like whatever? Do you preface it like that? Or is it a little more like tougher sell? You know what I mean? Like, is it a little more of like a, or just like, I don't know, the ball and chain? Because I got sent something the other night from the lovely Texas Trash, and it was how the Jeopardy, somebody took all the Jeopardy winners and like the ones that complimented their significant other ended up staying together with them long term after they had won Jeopardy. And those that did not hit them with an adjective ended up getting a divorce within 5 years. And I read it wrong, and I thought it was like the opposite. I was just like, I feel like you should be like, that's how my mind works. Like I shit on people I like. Like that's my love language. Is shitting on you. Is telling you to fuck yourself, or that chowder sucks, or that you'll never find love. Like actually, that's usually my love. That's usually my friendship language. I don't want to say love language, but yeah, you'll be giving the kid ideas. You know what I mean? Like, he's a little, you know what I mean? He's a little questionable, so I don't want to give the poor guy ideas. But like, yeah, dude. Like, so I'm just kind of wondering, like, is that like how people like handle it? Is that? Because I never do that. Like, I never, like, I always hit her with like a neg. If y'all watch like the pickup artists back in the day, like, I handle it like Mystery and Matador from the pickup artists. Let's look up these two guys. So like, so this is really specifically for Rami right now. Like, dude, you're at a crossroads right now, dude. Do you want to be a Jeopardy winner, or do you want to be a Jeopardy loser? And you have to decide how you're going to talk to women if you're ever going to find a wife. And are you going to talk to them like some fucking Jeopardy fucking nerd? Are you going to talk to them like one of the pickup artists? Or are you going to talk to them like Mystery talks to women? I think you should neg them. It's called negging. If you watch the pickup artists, I'll take Smash for 2000, Alex. The only people that were smashing in the early when you were up Zack Ryder's ass, when you were playing grab ass at 11 years old watching WWE, Mystery and Matador were teaching adults like me how to get women. And that's how they did it, dude. Nobody knows women like this guy. Nobody knows women like the Matador, okay? And they would never compliment a woman. And so so to your point, I think that's your move. I think that's how you find a wife, and that's how you eventually find happiness. You have to think like these guys. In every time you go out, when you go out tailgating, football season's about to start, and all y'all are gonna go out tailgating, and all the girls and boys are gonna be out there trying to pair up. This rabbit hole. When y'all are out there pairing up and spring is in the air and the birds are chirping and the butterflies are buttering and all this shit's going on. Now, you know what, dude? Right. Dude, if you really want to get a woman, you need an Ecto Glow overcoat like him. You need to look like Mystery, dude. If I will do this. I will. If you dress like Matador, I will drive up to Baton Rouge and I will go tailgate with you. The only way dude, Rami, I want you to make your parents proud, man. I want you to make your mother proud, okay? And you're not gonna do that if you don't breed. You're the last hope, dude. You're Lebanon's golden child. I need you to find a woman. Dude, we can't, look, bro, we got a really fucking cool group of dudes in this whatnot. We got a really kick-ass Twitch and Discord. We can't, dude, you're only as strong as your weakest link. You're the only one not breeding right now, dude. You're fucking this up for all of us, Rami. You're fucking this up for all of us. I need you to find a woman, dude, and the only way you're gonna do that is if you follow this guy. You have to dress like Matador, or you have to become a goth pilot like... You do have a brother, that is true. So I feel like Yoda, like when Luke is leaving Dagobah to go get his hand cut off, and like I'm like there is another. Like he's not you're right. You're not the last hope. I have much more faith in your brother of carrying on the family line, the Rami line. Dude, he does look like an Ecto-Glow character. It is pretty incredible. But they had good moves, and so I worked at a bar, and we would try him every now and again. No, he's my boy, bro. I love him. I love all your cousins when they came in. Like, dude, they're awesome. You're the one in the family I'm not a fan of, ironically enough. Imagine, like, scrolling through, like, whatnot or whatever, and, like, you're like, oh, man, like, this dude's got some cool, oh, what is that? Oh, man, a Ghostbusters book? Dude, is that, like, a Ninja Turtles poster? Let me go see what's going on over here. And I'm just talking about, like, how cool, like, how awesome, dude, look how cool Matador is, though. Like, that dude was just banging tens on the reg. It's incredible, dude. Full disclosure, he doesn't actually hate me. We're homies. Who's that? That's a lie. But, yeah. So anyway, I'll step back. If you can find the videos on YouTube and you can't, they did have good advice. And they did have, like, good, like, moves you could do and, like, good... But some of them were, like, dumb. I would try them every now and again, like, when we were out. And, like, one of them was like, oh, man, did you see that fight outside? And, like, that was, like, the move. So you would have to, like, walk up to girls and be like, oh, man, did you see that fight outside? And then, like... And they'd look at you, they'd look at you like you're a complete goofball and be like, no. And then there was, like, no follow-up. I don't think I finished the episode. So I would always, like, I'd start with it and then I wouldn't have anything else to say. Maybe we should do a pickup artist Ghostbusters mashup. That would be a fun one day. An Ecto-Glow trench coat. So yeah, man. Do you have any other questions? Before I destroy my my professional credibility? Rami? If we dress like that, I will go to an LSU game this year. I will go up and tailgate with y'all. And I'll be the cool uncle. Like, y'all can use me to kind of, like, get y'all in with them. Like, if you start bombing or something like that, I can kind of, like, cover for you and kind of keep the conversation on. Just like Always Angry's doing with me right now. Like, he's kind of keeping me focused on Ecto-Glow so I don't, like, say something that's going to, like, get me arrested. I'll do that for you at the LSU tailgate. Like, when you're bombing with the other co-eds or whatever, I'll kind of, like, I'll chime in and be like, man, did y'all see that fight outside? Did y'all see that fight in the parking lot? And kind of just get the cover for you. Maybe I'll take the hit. Like, I'll look like, you know, I'll look like the bad guy. Bet. Just have to hope the weather isn't trash. I don't know. It's trash right now. It's hot, hot, hot. I can't believe you just said bet. All right. On that note, I'm out of here. I think I'm going to go get Five Guys. So, hopefully this works. Chris Cave, please message me on Facebook. Whatever. Maybe we'll do it Sunday. I'm trying to... Yeah, you're going to get Five Guys, you stud. Yeah? If they look like that, you probably will. All right. All right, back to y'all. Back at y'all. Even though you give me collector envy when you show me your collection. All right, boys and girls, let me pop out of here. Peace.